Hi, this is Dave Zwang with What They Think, and with me is Andrew Gunn from Fujifilm. Andrew, great to see you, as
Always good to be here, always good to be with you.
So here we are, Hunkeler Innovation Days. Fujifilm's got a nice presence. What are you guys doing here today, or for this event? What are you showing?
Yeah, so, Hunkeler Innovation Days is this amazing event where I always say it doesn't feel, and I think I told you this a couple years ago, it doesn't feel like a trade show. It feels like this user group. As long as you can have a good piece of Hunkeler finishing on the front or the end, come on in, right?
Right.
So, as part of our digital disruption platform, inkjet plays this key role, or it's this key pillar with production inkjet, right? So we've got, B2 inkjet with the J press, we've got our packaging press in the 790, and then on display here, we've got our Fujifilm 1160 CFG. So really excited to be showing this product this week. I always talk about it's got some better automations, better color, better image quality, and I would say with that you get better return on investment. So we're showing off that. As goes any event nowadays, it's what are you doing in automation? So talking about the automation, talking about a better TCO with, we've got a thing called paper stabilizer. It's up at the front end. It basically gets the media to a neutral state, so you don't have to pre-coat it.
Right.
So when I mentioned better TCO,
Right.
showing different workflows, talking to a lot of offset transfer applications with some education booklets. We come from the photo market at Fujifilm, as you know. So showing kind of photographic level applications, both cover as well as inserts, trying to kind of run the gamut of all things inkjet, but we're also showing off other things within the portfolio on some side kind of conversation stations. So it's such an important event for what it is. And 1160 CF is going to have a big year in 2025. This is kind of like our coming out party.
So Fujifilm has been around for a long time, and you're right. But you have been expanding at a interesting rate for the last few years. It's a disruptive move.
Yeah.
Where are you going? What do we look at? What's down the line for Fujifilm?
So the key word is disruptive, right? Like I always say, digital transformation. That's right. Digital transformation, it changes the game, but digital disruption changes the game in which the field in which that game gets played, right? But you're right. Sometimes it's tough to keep up with all the new products we're coming out because you think, I come from the POD space, the toner-based technologies, but I also now have, wide format. We've got inkjet, but not just inkjet, the multiple disciplines of inkjet. I've got B2 cut sheet inkjet, I've got CF cut sheet inkjet, I've got flexible packaging inkjet. It's like, breathe. Okay, now what else you got, right? We've got all of our wide format, but hybrid wide format, which, I come from the electrostatic space. I'm in love with wide format because you've got this hybrid wide format capabilities of corrugated, board in, roll in, textiles, like you name it, like we can do it, right? It's like, so we've got a scale economy of scales where depending on your price point, your whatever you want, in that space you can fit. And I've said to you before, this digital transformation or digital disruption platform, and you kind of looked at me with that look, and it's like, well, that's fancy speak for portfolio. Because I think I like the platform descriptor of all things that we're doing, by the way, including workflow, because it gives you this linear view of every discipline within print and workflow and feeding and finishing. You say where you want to go, we can help you get there. So
where do you see, the trends, first of all, what do you see as the biggest trend in the print space? And when I say print, I'm talking print, the big P, right? So that's everything you mentioned before. There's textiles, where do you see the trends at this point?
So from a macro perspective, I see a couple things. I see the term AI being thrown around a little too loosely. So the one thing I like is now people are saying, and I'm saying when customers are asking, what about AI? So we're actually showing prescriptive, here's how AI works. And it's not just Fujifilm.
Yeah.
So it's the OEMs recognizing that, yes, okay, AI, like how can I apply a photographic algorithm to a print without having these two things I call human and touch points or intervention on it. So I think AI, but making AI, put it to work for you. So I find we've gone from sort of the pie in the sky, use AI, to actual applicable.
Exactly. It's not a matter of a concept. What at the end of the day, what is AI doing for me?
Yeah. So
today?
I'm seeing that AI.
Yeah.
And again, a hat off to our OEM peer group, right? Because you want to be too much on, but you got to recognize who else is doing great stuff. So you see that a lot, and we're doing it on the workflow side of, like I say, applying an algorithm using AI to a photograph where nobody had to come in and fix it. It gets fixed for you using AI. So I see that going on. And the second thing is really robotics, which I think was kind of cool. The first time at Drupa, you're seeing a robot arm pull stuff off the back end of a press, getting it ready for cutting or slitting or creasing. And you're seeing that all around. Actually, here in booth 2, you're seeing a lot of that as well over at booth 1. So robotics and AI are the two things, and in some cases used together, robotics and AI.
Absolutely.
AI.
Well, it's a natural for them to work together.
Yeah, and then on a micro level, I see kind of the trends are some of the digital embellishments, the democratization of inline digital embellishments, and as you know, in a few short weeks, you're going to be coming for a new sneak peek reveal of how we're kind of tripling our capabilities in that space. And then also from a wide format perspective or different inkjet perspective, if there's a substrate out there that you want to print onto, let us do it for you. So I see that at the more micro level. So you're no longer just pushing paper. Right. It's if you can put ink or toner or whatever down in it, we can do it. So I'm that at a micro level. And then obviously from an automation perspective, not even AI so much per se, but you're seeing better workflows out there that are helping customers fit their needs to help scale the business up as people retire and leave the business. But again, we could probably talk about these all day. So
yeah. Andrew, thanks, man.
Thanks, man. Good seeing you.